Hi, and welcome to another episode of Walk and Talk Wednesday, where I share midweek inspiration, motivation, insights to help you get through the rest of your week. So it is the Wednesday after Memorial Day, and we are quickly approaching the end of May. Many of us are preparing for the summer and summer vacation and summer schedules and all of the things that are going to shift as we enter into the summer season. For me, I am lucky that my kids are still young and they attend year-round daycare, so not much will change for us other than us entering summer hours with my husband. But I wanted to share with you the idea of happiness. So as I'm thinking about what I want to do with the kids on the weekends and, building core memories with them, I think you can't help as a parent but think I want my kids to be happy. I want them to have a quote unquote good life. And as I have been thinking about this notion of happiness, I think the universe just kind of sends me these things that get me to think about it, right? So I was recently listening to a podcast on NPR. I think it was like a TED Talk, maybe sample. And they were discussing happiness and the happiness levels and how, in the United States, our happiness levels are in serious decline. And the conversation centers around why and how can we fix it? And how this is something to be quote unquote fixed, right? And, I think that a lot of the conversation centered around, we tend to be focused on pleasure seeking, right? We tend to attach happiness with pleasure seeking. And so, if we are not constantly being, in pleasure, whether it's eating food or watching things or engaging in quote unquote hedonistic behavior, we're not happy, right? There's just this idea that we're not happy because we don't make enough money, we don't have the car, we don't have the boyfriend, we don't have the whatever, right? But as I was thinking for myself and I was trying to identify why I think I am happy and what it is about my kids that I want them to be happy, I found the answer in part was a little eye-opening. And I think that the reason that I would rate my level of happiness as high is because I lean into this idea that I have a purpose for being here. So within my belief system is this core belief that all of us, myself included, were put on this earth to serve a purpose. We are unique. We are special in our own right because we are here to serve a purpose. Now, I don't know what that purpose is. I'm asking myself this all the time, but my job is to figure it out. While I'm here, for as long as I'm here, my job is to figure it out. And in figuring it out, I spend a lot of time reading and learning and asking questions and being curious and trying things and helping others drink the Kool-Aid about you're here for a reason, don't waste your life, you're here for a reason. You gotta find your purpose. You gotta serve your purpose. I don't know what it is, but you've gotta figure it out. And part of that is in trying things, is in experiencing things and experimenting with things. And so I was always the kid, and my husband will tell you now, I'm annoying that way. Why? Not because I'm trying to be difficult, but I'm trying to understand things in deep, fundamental ways. I look at things and something I don't understand it. Some things don't make sense to me. So I'm constantly asking questions, and it's not about not trusting the answer. It's just I really just want to understand something. And even for challenges and hardships that are part of the journey, I say these challenges are trying to teach me the lessons that I need to learn to serve this purpose. Now, side note, I will say that I can have this mindset long after the challenge has subsided, but in the moment I'm what the heck is this? And I get it. But ultimately, I can kind of come back to baseline and say all of this is trying to teach me a lesson. So as I spend time learning and reflection, I try to also focus on sharing this knowledge with others, right? I value myself for my ability to listen to others, to help others reframe their thoughts, to try to feel better about themselves, to plant the seed of, you're here for a purpose. And so while I'm trying to figure out what my purpose is on this planet, I'm having a good time along the way trying to figure it out. And for me, I realize that this is when I'm the happiest, right? And so I say this to you to ask yourself these similar questions, right? Now, I will also say that this purpose equation can also backfire, because as the primary homemaker, I'm doing laundry for the millionth time, or I'm picking up toys for the gazillionth time, and I get bummed out because it's like I just vacuumed this floor and it's full of crumbs, and my windows are full of fingerprints, and there's dust here, and right? And so while I am completely grateful for my family, I understand that attaching this purpose-led worldview can get me into trouble. And so I will say to you that I've been recently reading this book by Sarah Brethnack. I think that's how you say her name. And it's a book on homemaking, and it's called Simple Abundance. And it just, reading it has reframed my idea of like, what is the purpose for cleaning up for the 1000th time, doing the dishes, doing the laundry, doing all of the things. And what I found was that, part of my purpose in doing all of these things is to create a space for my family to make memories, to be curious themselves, to be at rest, to be able to contemplate, to be curious, and so that they can then try to find their purpose while they're on this planet. And if I can help foster and facilitate that seeking, then yes, then I will clean for the 1000th time, because that in part is part of my purpose, is to help my family find their purpose. So as you think about your happiness, I invite you to actually stop thinking about happiness and instead to focus on purpose. The happiness will come after. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to say I promise you, but I promise you the happiness will come after. So here are some questions to get you to start thinking about how to incorporate more purpose into your life every day. This is kind of your challenge for June if you want to accept it, but every day try to think about how you can incorporate more purpose into your life. So 1, what are you spending your days consuming? Are you consuming social media, food, toxic relationships, or are you producing? Are you being creative? Are you cooking? Are you writing? Are you doing things that you can share with others? 2, do your actions help and or support others? So for me, cleaning is one of those things. I'm helping to support my children, my family, my husband, etc. 3, do you have clarity on what's important to you, like your values? And do you live in alignment with your values? If you value knowledge and education, are you doing things every day to align with that value of knowledge? 4, are your days structured to make space for the things that are important to you? So if you value your time with your kids, reading, socializing with friends, resting, are your days structured to have space for the things that are important to you and that can give you purpose? And 5, do you have real life connections? When was the last time you hung out or spoke with a friend that made you feel good about yourself, or sort of helped move the needle in this feeling of, I have purpose here on this planet? So as you sit with these questions, I hope that they spark action and opportunities to fill your life with purpose. Again, do something every day for the next 30 days and see what happens. And if I can support you in any way to do this, please do not hesitate to reach out. So until next time, be well and embody the habits of the person you want to be. Take care, guys. Bye.